Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So Super Vegeta has got his EZA. This is an EZA character. He's probably a bit better than people are giving him credit for. He definitely is like a nice, sturdy character for a lot of the fight. He would struggle against the biggest bosses, but I mean, dude, so does the entire game, basically. So, there's that. But I think this guy will probably be a bit better than most people think, but let's go ahead and just get this done. Now, Android/Cell Saga is the category we want to use right here. Kind of a quirky category, of course, right? Now, if we jump over, here is what we want to use against Super Vegeta, right? So, physical is off the table. He has the 80% damage reduction against physical types. And then Super Attack, Super Int, and Super STR, he has the 80% damage reduction against. So we could use any extreme class Android/Cell Saga character that's not physical, and then we could use super class AGL characters to be able to penetrate Vegeta's damage reduction. I'm sure there's a much better setup I'm not really envisioning right now, but I kind of just like slammed a bunch of the characters that don't really have the damage reduction and stuff like that, and we'll just go ahead and jump in here. Now, it is going to be very interesting, by the way. Like, you know, some of these EZAs, I probably will get back into EZA grinding, because, I mean, I am closing in. Here, let's do... Oh, whatever, we could just, you know, we'll just auto it, who cares? But, wait, actually, wait, hold on, we'll hit that, then we'll auto. I am probably going to get back into EZA grinding because I'm going to finish link leveling soon, as in, like, my entire box is going to be link level 10. So, you know, I guess I can go back to EZA grinding, maybe do some videos on some late stages and stuff like that, right? Like, I've done a lot of those throughout the years, but, you know, since link leveling has become a thing, that's where most of my, you know, grinding time on this game is going to, is to link leveling. But it'll be interesting to see how, like, super EZAs might impact a lot of like these, you know, EZA stage grinds and stuff like that. So we'll see. I still think that like there's so many improvements Dokkan can make, and the power level system overall is one I really want updated. I think every single EZA stage you get done should give you some sort of significant power level bonus. You know, maybe every single EZA stage you do, it gives you 20 points or something like that. I mean, certainly, if they did that, the whole system they created would be turned upside down a little bit, I suppose. What I'm talking about is the 3 million power level to be able to get whatchamacallit. The power level bonuses, like the extra drop rates and stuff like that. If all these EZA stages gave you so much power level, that would certainly be, again, altered. But I think that that could be a fun thing to where, you know, like if you grind these EZAs up, like that is giving power level. I think that that would be just like an awesome thing that they could do. I think that would be really good as kind of like an alternative way. Maybe I'm just coping because it's like I would like to continue to be able to increase my power level, but the game is like, well, no, actually you can't. So I was like, oh, thanks. Thanks a lot, too. But I mean, since power level has been a thing, I thought that the criteria they're using for it has always been flawed, right? Like, you look at Legends power level is actually, I mean, it's different because there's every character has a power level stat, which isn't a thing in Dokkan. But, like, in Legends, your power level is simply just all of your, you know, power level combined of all your characters. And, you know, it's a true representation of how strong your box is. Unfortunately, Dokkan's power level is not, that's not really what it does. It's not a true representation of how good your box is, the Dokkan power level. It's just, you know, how good of a link level grinder are you? How consistent are you with it? How dedicated are you to it, right? Like that type of thing. So I would like to see things change up. This super attack animation still does look very good. Easily, I'm sure we'd eventually get a voiced Final Flash at some point. Maybe like an LR Super Vegeta. I certainly think it's something that could be on the cards. I mean, remember, we're going to see, redos of a lot of these characters, even, characters that have good animations, right? Like, we'll see redos. I mean, this Trunks is one I really want to see a new version of. If they did the anime, kind of like, anime version of his Super Saiyan transformation, that would be a fire character. I would love that, because the anime transformation for Trunks is so good. So we'd be able to get that. Like, that would be a new version of these characters. There'd still be a lot to do. Because I remember when this guy came out, I mean, he's really not that, like, he's not even 3 years old yet, right? Like, we have, still 3 major 2019 characters who have not Easy-A'd yet. LR Tech Broly, and then the Tech Majin Vegeta, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But then we have this, 2021 Dokkan Fest that is easying. I mean, on Global, like, Super Vegeta, I believe he was the start of January character, right? Like, Super Vegeta came out, like, it was like January 3rd or something like that of 2022. So, like, that, like, this guy was, like, right around the same time as the 7th anniversary on Global. Yeah, January 3rd of 2022 is when Super Vegeta came out on Global. And he's already easying very fast, so that is exciting, by the way, that they kind of, like, just jumped all the way to Super Vegeta, because now it's like, oh man, like, I feel like most of 2021 is potentially opened up. Like, I don't know, if they do UI Goku versus Jiren for Golden Week, like, could LR hit and God Goku Easy A? I would say, yeah, probably, right? That would be interesting. A lot of the 2021 characters had way shorter lifespans than they deserved because of the implementation of Red Zone and 200% leader skills and stuff like that. So a lot of the 2021 characters I am rooting to have really good Easy A's. Super Vegeta, I think he's just like kind of like a mediocre Easy A probably. I don't know. The thing about Easy A's, most of the time I think people's expectations are too high for Easy A TURs. I mean, we've now seen a lot of these LR Easy A's. I mean, they're making these bastards top 10 in the game. It's crazy. And then some of the Dokkan Fest LR Easy A's are even higher than that, right? Like the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, those characters, I mean, their kits are so good, like that you could still run them, right? Like I would say that the 5th anniversary Fusions to me do feel like the most runnable characters coming out of the 8th anniversary at this point. So, it's like UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, they're gonna, I would imagine they have to be solid for quite a while, just with all the different mechanics they have that are very strong. Same thing with Beast Gohan. Like Gogeta and Broly and the Gammas, I mean, they'll get aged out very easily, those 3. But Beast, UI, and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I mean, the way they're designed, like, those characters are not just gonna fall off. I think of, like, Beast's active being able to be used turn 3. Like, I don't know. It's funny because lately we've had, like, the like, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just how the community goes. Maybe they get bored and we're looking for the new talking point. Lately, people have been trying to downplay Beast Gohan, which it's just seems ludicrous to me. Like, if you look at kind of like the trajectory of how characters can age and stuff like that, that's the other thing with him is like he's not just gonna overnight fall off. Like, he does not have the type of kit. Like, I don't want to say that Beast is gonna end up being like a Tech Ultimate Gohan, because that will probably like, there's no way. The easiest way, like how Beast Gohan could get power crept, I mean, we'd get characters that are just better defensively, better offensively, and stuff like that, right? His numbers won't be as impressive anymore. Like, we'll always be able to get that. But it would be, like, a longer, super difficult style fight, probably, that would age out Beast Gohan. So, like, a fight to where... Because right now, you do not need to use Beast Gohan's active at all until, like, the final phase. I mean, against Cell Max, you could pop it early, and then you could begin to, get rid of him with, like, seals and debuffs and stuff like that. But a lot of these fights, I mean, Beast Gohan is untouchable, and then, by the time his intro wears off, you're probably going up against, you know, the blue Gogeta phase or something like that. You just pop his active, and then the fight is done before, you know, Beast's intro could be off, plus you don't have the active. That would be where, you know, again, he could kind of start to get power crept, is if a fight exists where, you know, you would have to pop his active super fast, intro would be gone, and then the bosses, you know, are supering for 6 million or something like that. I don't know. So we'll see how it's going to go. Remember, longer content is not always better, too. I've seen some people have experienced this. You know, people were crying salty tears. Oh, Zamasu is so unfair. Boo-hoo. But, I mean, it's not that bad compared to, you know, Red Zone movie Boss Rush, a 35-minute fight, and then Broly just one-shots you 35 minutes into the run. I'll take Fusion Zamasu insta-killing me 3 runs in a row over, you know, 35 minutes into instant death. That shit is ass, man, ass. So, definitely keep that in mind. This EZA is taking a while. I think it's more so kind of like the setups. Certainly I could get like a more, I don't know, consistent setup. Like maybe if we just brought a bunch of like the villains. Mecha Frieza and King Cold would actually have their passive in here, funny enough, right? Because Super Vegeta is a Super Saiyan character, but I don't know that that matters too much here. Let's do this, spam. We can't use physical characters. Super, Int, STR, and Tech don't work. Future Gohan and Trunks, I mean, they're not going to be a good character, I don't think, for like an EZA. I mean, maybe like if we're getting super deep and at that point it's like their revive could maybe help us or something like that. The Tech Androids, of course, will be good like once we get super deep into the event and we can pop their Ghost Usher, but like just in these early stages, not really needed. Damn, Androids has Cell Saga is pretty weak, huh? Sheesh. Because we got Dokkan Fest Super Trunks, and he was, you know, okay-ish. We haven't gotten, like, a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in a million years. That would be sick. I would love a new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because we need the father-son Kamehameha voiced. That's the big thing with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I mean, you could probably come up with justification for nearly any character getting a redo, right? Pretty much any single one. We could put Trunks in slot 1, and that'll allow us to sort of maximize... Oh, nope, let's do this. That'll allow us to sort of maximize links and stuff like that, right? We'll be able to get legendary power for Gohan and Cell. Doing one of these normal EZA TUR state, it really is just like the LR EZAs are just so much better, right? I just like the whole system of like legendary power and stuff like that. The 10 stages, like that is a good like way to do the EZAs. These, like if we get a category that's a little bit quirky, like Android's Cell Saga is, this is kind of, you know, what we're left with. Speaking of Android's Cell, a TN Dokkan Fest of, you know, the Shin Tri-Beam, the Shin Kiko-Ho or whatever. That would be pretty fun. I think that would be cool. That would be a good Dokkan Fest. TN, that pummels second form Cell. If they were going to do a Krillin Dokkan Fest, what is the best spot for Krillin to get a Dokkan Fest? Probably Saiyan Saga. Like basically some of the stuff they use for LR Krillin could certainly be a good Dokkan Fest, I guess. Maybe Krillin from Namek, of course. I mean, we're eventually going to get that stuff, right? Like, Yamcha got us Dokkan Fest. We're definitely getting the Tien and Krillin and all their Dokkan Fest as well. The thing about Tien, though, is I really do think 22nd World Tournament Tien, where he has, like, the 4 arms and stuff like that, he could make for a really good deserving Dokkan Fest character. I think Jackie Chun from the 21st World Tournament should get one, too. World Tournament winners, right? We never did get the Mr. Satan Dokkan Fest. That's another one that'll happen eventually. Yeah, Dokkan's still got a lot left. And we're going to get a nice rejuvenation, too, when Daima characters are going to be introduced into the game. That is going to be really interesting to see. Whoa, our first Cord sighting. Uh-oh. Oh, man, hopefully today is not a Cord day. Oh, no. A Cord day? I couldn't handle a Cord day. No way. All right, well, there we go. There is Super Vegeta's EZA done. Let me get this boy EZA. Let's jump into an event, and let's see how good EZA Super Vegeta is.